welcome to MandoBug Crafts, episode 21. I am MandoBug, but you can call me Amanda if you want. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Welcome if you're new. Hey, thanks for checking me out. And if you're returning, it's appreciated as always. Love you guys. So, if you don't know, I put a little link in the description of my YouTube videos that will take you back to my blog, and that's where the show notes are, and they're linked to anything I talk about. And if you catch that I missed something, because I am human, just hit me up and I will get back to you, I promise. So, something I've learned. I learned how to spin on my spinning wheel! Yay! Yeah, so my wheel came in this week, and I know I talked to you guys last week about possibly staining it and wood burning it. Well, that's because when I purchased it, it said it was unfinished. So I had this, like, literally I thought unfinished wood, but when it came in, it was actually finished. And when I looked through the Ashford book, it said that the Ashford Traveler comes in either a lacquered version or a natural version. So I'm pretty sure that I got the natural finished version of the wheel. So it does have a shiny coat over it, and I assume that the stain wouldn't take so well if I tried to stain it, and I'm not really sure how wood burning finished wood works, so I decided to leave it alone and put it together. So Josh's mom is here visiting us, and it's great to have her, and she actually helped me put my wheel together. So it was quite the little experience. So I put together a little video of kind of like a tour of my wheel and what came with it. So I will go ahead and insert that video here. So this is my wheel. I got the Ashford Traveler in the, well, when I bought it, it said it was the unfinished version, but this is actually their natural finish. So it is finished, and that's why I chose not to stain it or wood burn it, because as you can see close up, some of these pieces that are darker, they're shiny, they are finished. So I don't think the stain would apply as well, and I'm not really sure how finished wood takes to wood burning. So you can see it. I got the double drive version. You can see some of my spinning that's on there, but it also has the setup for Scotch tension. So you can see the band right here, and you just pull that and put it up. Right now I have it on the faster whirl. I'm trying that out. That's why my spinning's a little thinner than it was, but it's still really thick. I'm still trying to get a hang on things. And you can see down there, I did end up getting the double treadle, and it's got the built-in lazy Kate. So I've got my 3 bobbins on here. Normally the Traveler comes with 4 bobbins, so I have the 3 down here and the 4th one up here. But since I purchased from Winterwood Farm, I also have a 5th bobbin, which is on its way. And here's the goodies I got. This is a lot of the natural wool. This right here I've split up. It's 4 ounces that I've split into thirds. And then all these braids are what I've done. I've braided the domestic wool into little 4-ounce braids. So you can see, I mean, 2 pounds is a lot of wool. So, and then it also came with this 2-ounce bat, and this bat is so soft. I'm waiting to spin it because I think I'm gonna try to spin it, since it's a woolen prep. I'm gonna try to do a woolen spin on it. And then it also came with a 4-ounce braid that was hand dyed. It's the same wool as the natural fiber. It's just some domestic wool. And then it also came with a nitty knotty. So quite the deal. I'm very pleased. And that's about it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the wheel. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm still learning a lot. So I started spinning on the big whirl, which is slower. It doesn't give you as much twist, so you have to spin thicker yarn. And so then I started spinning on the smaller whirl, which is more twist per pulling in ratio, which means you're going to be spinning a thinner yarn. And I have yet to try the Scotch tension yet, and that's the one that is going to be the fastest twist, the finest yarn, and that is a bobbin lead technique, and I'm still learning a lot about it, but as I find out and figure things out, I will share it with you guys, of course. So I'm really having a lot of fun with my wheel. Oh, and the bat that I showed you, I didn't mention, but that is a Merino silk Angora bat. That's why it's so, I mean, it's so soft. So, absolutely a great deal from Winterwood Farm. Awesome. Moving on to my works in progress. So I'm still making way on my Felia socks. I haven't gotten much progress done on them, but I made sure to do a little bit of work on them because I refuse to let them just become stagnant. So it's not much bigger than last week, just maybe an inch or two. They will get finished for sure. And this is the Felia socks by Michaela Orth on US 1.5s. And this is, the wool I'm using is patent stretch sock in this Bimoni colorway. It's a cotton wool spandex elastic blend. Is that spandex? No, nylon elastic blend. So I'm having a lot of fun with those. So they have the cable patterns if you haven't seen them before. This is my one finished sock. So very nice pattern. I am also making way on my Seahawks socks. I don't know if you guys can see, I got my Seahawks shirt on that Josh's mom brought for the playoff game today. It's later, so if you hear anyone yelling back there, I mean, they might be watching the other playoff game. We got people over and goodies, so I apologize if it gets loud. But, so yeah, these are actually the Time Traveler socks. And, just making progress. I haven't gotten to the heel yet. I'm doing the gusset increases, so I will get there. I mean, my husband's got a big foot. I mean, actually, really, it's small, but I mean, looking at this, it's like, dang, this is huge. So I'm using Premier Yarns Wool-Free Sock in, you know, I didn't write down the colorway, but I'll definitely link back to my project page, and you guys can find it on there. It's a nice pattern. It's just on US size 0, so it's taking a very long time. And my first time doing toe-up socks, and I'm enjoying it. It was difficult on the DP ends, but I think I will be purchasing a circular set to do the second sock. I mean, knitting the sock on the DP ends is fine, but it's Judy's Magic cast on that I had a hard time with the DP ends. So I also made a little bit of progress on this shawl, Zilver by Lisa Much. I probably only got, you know, about this much done since you've seen it last. I went ziplining this weekend with Josh and his mom, and oh my goodness, if you've never been ziplining, you should really try it because it is so much fun. It was really, and the place we went, they had it so that you did the easier zips first, and then it got higher and harder and faster, and ooh, what an adrenaline rush. It was so much fun. But it was 2.5 hours away. We went to Hilton Head, South Carolina to do it. So I got some knitting time in the car, and I primarily worked on this guy in the car. So that's coming along nicely. It's a shawl that I'm making for the Homespun Shawl Knit Along for the month of January. So I still have time to finish it. And this is in Neighborhood Fiber Company's Studio Sock Lincoln Park colorway. And so, finished objects. I made this knotted headband, which is named the Knotted Headband, by Stephanie Jessica Lau. I'm sorry, I got neighbor dogs outside barking. I hope that's not too distracting for you guys, and hopefully their owners let them in. But yeah, so this is the knotted headband, and it's meant to be more of like up here, and you wear your hair in a ponytail, and it looks super cute. That's what the photo of the pattern is, at least. But I used it when we went ziplining to cover my ears, because, I mean, you go so fast, and it's already like 45 degrees outside here. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, we're in the below, and that's Fahrenheit, and probably you guys are dealing with a harsher winter, but it's still really cold. And it's very cold to me, used to the Georgia heat, so they put a helmet on your head on top of it. So I'm so glad I had this head warmer to keep my ears warm. It worked up really quick, and I actually taught Josh's mom how to crochet, and she made one of these for herself too. So we used Vanna's Choice in the Pearl Mist colorway. It's like a, I'll take this off. It's like a variegated cream natural color, and I should be able to use it, you know, with most things that I wear. And, you know, I did wear it a lot of the time just down around my neck like a little cowl, because you don't have to have it up there all the time. So, nice, quick, easy pattern. I used a G-hook to make it, but the pattern is very adaptable. She just kind of shows the process behind how she made it, so it doesn't have to be specifically, you know, follow this, follow that, this gauge, you know. So that was a nice quick pattern. I finished my All of You girly gray fibers that I was spinning on my trindle, and here it is. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, it is so pretty. I absolutely love it. Now, I am not always a fan of barber pulled fiber, but what I really like about how this turned out, it was a 3-ply that I did. There are stripes in the barber pull. So you see like the gray barber pulled and the pink barber pulled. Like, I can't wait to see how this knits up. So I really enjoyed spinning this. I got 330 yards on this big guy, and then I got 2 baby skeins from my leftover singles, and I chain plied them, and they actually look cool too, and I'm almost kicking myself in the butt wondering if I should have chain plied this yarn, because it was even enough. So you can see, here, I'll show you both of them. It was, sorry, I'm trying to see if you guys can see. It was even enough that the chain plying doesn't make too much of a difference on the thickness of the yarn. But don't those stripes look cool? I really like how the stripes turned out, and I won't know until I knit tiny little swatches with these to see how long the color variation is, but I'm wondering if I should have chain plied the whole thing. Regardless, I am very happy with this yarn. I was shooting for a light fingering, and I think I ended up with about a fingering weight yarn, which is fine. 330 yards of a fingering weight yarn, I can make something nice out of this. So I don't know what the plan is yet, but I can't wait to work with it. It's merino, and it's really soft, and this is probably the best I've ever done spinning yarn, period. It's not overplied, overspun, underspun. I mean, it's pretty dead on where I wanted it to be, so I am proud of myself for that one. Which takes me to my next finished object. I finished my first skein off my wheel out of that domestic wool that came with it, and this is not lovely. So here is this guy. So this is a 2-ply. It turned out to be between a worsted and bulky. It's thick and thin. It's underspun, it's overspun, it's underplied, it's overplied. This ugly mess is all over the place. So, like, check it out. I mean, like, it's got issues. But there was a lot of learning going on with this process. So I'm not, I'm not upset about it, and I can definitely dye it up and make something nice out of it regardless. So I really just wanted to get a feel for my wheel and really learn what I was doing. I was shooting for a 3-ply worsted weight, and with that using the big whirl on my spinning wheel, it just was not happening. It just was not enough twist to hold the fiber together, so I had to spin thicker. And after finishing my first bobbin, I was like, this is gonna be 2-ply. So this is my first ever 2-ply yarn. Had I 3-plied it, this would be like ridiculous, crazy, super bulky. Excuse me. So I'm glad I just did the 2-ply on it, and it's cool because it's not dyed. So I'm not, with most 2-plies you get a definite barber pole yarn, and I don't have that because this isn't dyed. So that's kind of nice. Sweet. Moving on to check it out. So I got a request from a viewer to talk about how I store my hand knits, like scarves, cowls, and hats, so that I don't forget to wear them. Because a lot of the times when you take off out of the house, you just put your clothes on and go, and you may forget to accessorize with some of these beautiful things that you've made. So to answer that question, I've only been knitting since this past summer, and I never crocheted really any wearables. I mostly made blankets and toys. So I don't have a lot of knitted items. I have like maybe 2 or 3 hats, a couple cowls, maybe a scarf. And so I keep mine all in a drawer in my bedroom, and I try to remember to check that drawer to see if it complements what I'm wearing, or maybe I'll want to wear it, so then I will complement my clothes with that. But it's a very conscious effort in my mind to be like, don't forget. But I have a feeling when I, like, throughout these next couple years when I knit more for myself, that I'm gonna have just too much and be overloaded. And I think the key to storing your knits so that you remember to wear them and accessorize with them is you have to store them so that they're visible to you, so you don't forget. And so I went searching for a bunch of different storing methods on, like, how can I store these things so that I do see them, I do remember them, but that it also doesn't clutter my area. Because I could store my hand knits in my craft room and make them look beautiful, and it would just fit right in and pull the whole room together, but I don't get dressed in here, and I would forget to come in here if I was in a hurry. So I put together a little slideshow for you guys of a couple different ways that you can store hats, scarves, cowls, and whatnot that you have either made or been gifted, so that you can see them and remember to grab them and take them with you to keep yourself warm. So I'll go ahead and insert that video here. So, yeah, so hopefully some of you guys may not have known about that, or if you do, I hope I didn't waste your time. I will link to all of the things that are in the video, so if you saw something you liked, you can go back and find it and potentially purchase it, or find a way to make it yourself cheaper or what have you. So I hope this helps. I hope this answered the question. I know I just put my stuff in a drawer and it's not very helpful, so I hope this helps you guys out. Moving on to current events. So the 4th clue came out for the Mystery Knit Along TentaCowl by Lily Go, and I have finished it. And let me tell you guys, okay, so this is still wet because I washed it this morning and it's been blocking, but this is so beautiful. Here it is. I used Dream and Color Smushy in the Bronze Lake colorway and some beads that I got at a local craft store. And I made the medium. So I think I used US size 4 and 6. Yep. And oh my goodness, this is just gorgeous. And I absolutely love, it's kind of hard to show you holding it up, so maybe if I hold it upside down, the edge is not straight. It's kind of like a scalloped shell. And I just think that's genius because a lot of the times things just have flat edges, and this is very decorative. So I'm going to put it on for you, even though it's a little damp. And here it is. So it was tighter before I washed it and started blocking it, but I stretched it a bit in the blocking process because I didn't want it choking up on my neck like a scarf. And so, I mean, is this not just gorgeous? I absolutely love the color. I love the design. I love the beads. I love, love, love this pattern, and definitely recommend it. I'm very, very, very happy. So, I'm sure it's being weighed down a little bit more because it is still damp, but nonetheless, I still really, really like it. So, she is having another knit along coming up in February. I think it's for a mystery shawl. I don't exactly remember, and I'm not sure if I'm going to join along in it yet, but I still have time to decide, because I feel like with this pattern at least, it's the first knit along I've done with her, and I feel like the clues were an appropriate size to finish on time, and I really enjoy the pattern. It's not like you'll be, because you do have to pay for this knit along. It's not like you buy the pattern and it's a mystery and there's a chance you won't like it. I mean, browse her patterns and you should not be unimpressed. So, was that double negatives? You should not be unimpressed. You probably will be impressed. So, I love this cowl. And then, ooh, I I got a package in the mail. So, oh, which reminds me, I did get a notification, I will send it out to you, Vernal Equinox, that the Dessert Club Fiber from Sunrise Fiber Company has shipped. So expect it in a week or two. But I will email you that, or send it to you on Ravelry, I mean. But anyways, so a different package came in the mail. My fiber for the Completely Twisted and Arbitrary Ravelry group, their spin along for January to March. It came! Look at how gorgeous this is! So this is Rusted Song on Superwash Merino. And I couldn't wait. I unbraided it and looked at it, and so then I kind of braided it up again myself. And I don't know how to do that. So, I do like I'm crocheting with my hand, and I pull chains through. And it gives the braid on one side, and then the backwards of a chain on the other. But whatever, you get the point. Look at how gorgeous this yarn is. And it's really soft, this Superwash Merino. So I can't wait to spin with it. I really want to spin it on my wheel, but I'm nowhere near anywhere that this fiber deserves yet. So I do have until March to spin it up with the spin along, so I think I'm gonna sit on it. But I don't want to sit too long, because if I don't get to where I want to be on my wheel, then I'm gonna start spinning it on my trindle like I did with my pink and gray merino, and that took a while. So I'm in a pickle. I got myself in a pickle. So I'll figure something out, but this is absolutely gorgeous. And let me just share that it came, hope this doesn't crinkle too much, it came with goodies. So it came with her card from Pigeon Roof Studios. I'm sorry, Pigeon Roof Studios. And it came with a little mini skein and gummy bears. I know, how did I resist eating these yet? Because I wanted to share with you guys. But it's a great little package, and I may still be buying some of her other colorways that she dyed for the spin along, because I'm tempted. So also for current events, the January finished object thread is still going on in my Ravelry group. There's the 2 prizes. One goes to whoever gets the most loves on their project, and the other one is just a random drawing of the projects. And how I'm going to do it is I'm going to enter everybody who puts at least one project in. If you put more than one, great, but it's not more than one entry. So I'm sorry if that's what you were looking for, but I want to give everyone an even chance. So, and then I'm also doing the Sweet Creams Bakery giveaway for my birthday coming up next month, so you can still enter for that as well. Just check out the thread and read the rules. They're not too strict, except for I can't ship to international viewers, sorry. And then upcoming events. So for upcoming events, I'm still thinking about the Ravelinics. They don't start until February, so if I join, I'm going to be joining Team Sasquatch, which is the podcast watcher / host group, and they're going off the old rules where there aren't events, you kind of create your own event. So if I do that, I'm probably going to be doing like a work in progress buster. So anything I've already started, I'm going to try to just push it out and finish it in those 16 days. So I think that's everything I got for you guys. I'm hoping I didn't forget anything. I did talk fast because I want to go out there and join the party and get in the games, and we were making a bunch of delicious, delicious food. So I hope you guys have a good week and happy crafting, and I will see you next week. Bye!